Shalom, all praises, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Al-Rakah, Kodash. Double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. And shalom to the whole elect. This is Paya Aleph, the James London camp, and this is News and Prophecy, Prophecy and News. I have an article here from CNN.com around, and the title reads, Army confirms thousands of National Guard troops will remain in Washington into March. Alright, and what you're seeing with this being established in the rule with the turn of the change of guard, or the change of guard basically from Trump to Biden. Alright, what you're seeing is basically an establishment of a new form of rulership. Alright, a police state, Orwellian kind of rulership. That's what's being established by Biden coming into rule. And the fact that the National Guard came in under the guise of uproars of the people due to Trump, stirring up the people and whatnot, inciting a riot, leading to his which they're talking about a second impeachment. Biden just came out and said that he doubts that there's going to be enough people to come and, impeach Trump. So we're yet to see what they're planning to do, all right, what their agenda is with all this Trump impeachment. And even we already know with the censorship of him using the internet, social media platforms, is basically to take us off the net from teaching this word, all right. But with all that being said, I'm just going to get into this article, all right? So it says more than 5,000 National Guard troops will remain in Washington through mid-March to provide security amid concerns over potential unrest in the coming weeks. Acting Secretary of the Army, John Whitley, said in a press briefing on Monday, there are currently 15,000 troops in the city, with the numbers due to be reduced to 7,000 by the end of the week and 5,600 by mid-March, according to National Guard Bureau Chief General Daniel Hawkinson. 500 members will support the U.S. Park Police, and 550 members will support the Metropolitan Police Department over the next 2 weeks. Another 5,000 will continue supporting Capitol Police, and 600 will support the U.S. Secret Service through mid-March, Whitley said. There are several upcoming events we don't, and this is see it, bro. Let me even go into this. So that's the allocations of the numbers of what they're gonna do, and basically, as you can see, this is all part of going back to the 1033 program, I believe it's called, of basically the militarization of the police. All right, the program that was set up, Apostle Gabar brought it out, I believe, where there's a program set in place that all ex-military equipment gets passed down to the police, all right, through that program. And you've had, even over here in the UK, you have great militarization going on. And it's a world affair, basically, all right? So they're basically saying that they're going to have military personnel or National Guard with the U.S. Park Police, Metropolitan Police Department, and the Capitol Police, and the Secret Service. So that's on all, on all levels. They basically got the military, the National Guard in. So that's heavy guns, basically. So it's gradually getting the people accustomed to seeing that kind of manpower around the various departments, basically. All right. So now this is the point. There's several upcoming events So they're letting you know there's several upcoming events, right? There's things that are gonna happen, and who knows? You know that T word could be coming as well, all right? Because they recently came out and said there's um, a new what's that word alliance that's being formed over there. There was attacking Saudi Arabia, and they said the next place they want to attack is Dubai, and Dubai. The running joke over here in London on social media is that Dubai is the new London, basically, because everyone has got their little quarrels over here in the city. When they're out in Dubai, they're all bumping into each other, and it's kicking off. You know, they're trying to stab each other and all this type of stuff. So, reason that's the reason why I say that, because there's a connection to the West, quote unquote West. You know, the Western world, Europe, from Dubai. All right. So it's basically no, gradually making steps towards introducing that being a factor in the midst of this pandemic. So it says there are several upcoming events. We don't know what they are over the next several weeks. See, and they said they don't know what they are. All right, and they are concerned that there could be situations where there are lawful protests, First Amendment, First Amendment protected protests that could either be used by malicious actors. So they're saying agent provocateurs could be in the midst, being those that quote Trump could be one angle, or other problems that could emerge. Whitley said, as CNN previously reported, 25,000 National Guard troops were brought to Washington to help secure the city throughout President Joe Biden's inauguration following the deadly riot at the U.S. Capitol earlier in the month, and discussions had been taking place to keep thousands of troops in the district until March because of concerns about potential unrest during an upcoming impeachment trial of former President Donald Trump and around Biden's first joint address to Congress. The concerns stem from what the defense officials say is ongoing chatter about demonstrations picked up by federal law enforcement on Thursday. Washington Mayor Muriel Bowser referenced intelligence from our federal partners that would suggest that we need more presence, but she did not elaborate. All right, and obviously they don't have to say nothing because they'll just say it's sensitive information, and it could be no information, but nonetheless it still stands. National Guard members remaining in Washington will provide the law enforcement agencies. They're assisting with security, communication, medical evacuation, logistical, and safety support, Whitley said. It was also confirmed Monday that there has been a David outbreak among the National Guard troops in the city. So even saying they're infected now. So look at the trouble, all right, that they're preparing to unleash on the people. 200 National Guard troops have tested positive for the while on duty in Washington. Major General William J. Walker, head of DC National Guard, said the 200 who have been tested positive are being treated and quarantined. He added, once we send a soldier or airman to a facility for a test, they come up positive, they are quarantined and they remain here until they are cleared to go back to their state, Walker said. Hawkinson said each guardsman who has tested positive for the will quarantine for 14 days in order to make sure they are fully recovered before they return home. Right, so the main point being is this, as you can see, the troops there in front of the obelisk, the Washington Monument. This is the main point. There are several upcoming events. We don't know what they are, and they said they had FBI had information. All right. So over the next several weeks, and they are concerned that they could be situations where there are lawful protests, First Amendment protected protests that could either be used by malicious actors or other problems that could emerge, Whitley said. So we're in that time, man. All right. So just, hey, you gotta fasten yourself in His faith. So this is Second Ezra 15:16. For there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. All right. That's why they're protecting Sleepy Joe, because obviously they're not gonna regard their kings and princes, but also there's sedition among men. All right. So, hey, year of hastening to the coming of our Lord. Soon gonna be out of here. All right. All we have to do is just obviously um, endure, man. You know. So with that, I pray you're edified to the next one.